So we are going to begin lying on the back this morning. So you can go ahead and recline and allow yourself just to get restful once you get down there. Just laying the legs out long for a moment and placing the hands palms down on top of your belly. So really beginning in a Shavasana position, the palms facing down, the eyes closing. And you'll just begin by feeling and listening to the sound quality of your breath. Allowing the rhythm and the sound of your breath to just anchor you into the knowledge that your practice has begun. And the next hour or so of time is really just carved out for you to connect with your breath and your body and your practice as a whole. So feeling the ebb and flow of the breath at the center of the belly, the hands rising and falling with your breath. Perhaps asking yourself right now, what is it that has inspired me to be here on the mat? Is there something specific that my body or my mind is in need of? And let's take a big breath in through the nose and fill up to your maximum. Hold the breath once you arrive. Attempt to stay soft. And then out the mouth, let a big exhale fall out. Two more like that. In through the nose, filling up, feeling your inner edges, holding the breath once you arrive. And out the mouth, sighing all of the breath out. One last time, truly seeking the edge, perhaps seeing if there's room for a little bit more breath as it pulls in. Hold the breath. See if there's room for a little bit longer of our breath retention. And then like you're trying to get rid of every ounce of that breath, open the mouth and exhale all of it out. From here, we'll begin to bend the knees. And we'll start first just by hugging the knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. You can either hold in stillness if that's what the back is feeling like it wants. You can do gentle movements from side to side. We'll move right into thread the eye of the needle, taking your right ankle and crossing it over the left thigh. Keep both the ankles flexed, thread your right arm through, and you can either grab the front of the shin, although early on that might feel a bit tight. So I maybe suggest just grabbing the left hamstring instead. Lengthen out through your back, particularly the upper back, the neck portion. And just take about 3 breaths, more than anything, just seeing what's going on inside the right hip. What level of tightness are we working with this morning? Knowing that this practice will definitely get into all of the dark, tight places around the hip joints. We're just giving it a little forewarning. Last breath. And then from here, I want you just to straighten that leg all the way up to the sky to the best of your ability. Same thing, putting a strong flexion at the ankle so it feels as though the heel of the foot is really calling the leg straight up to the sky. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed and somewhat of a firm belly. Last breath like this. And then release the hands, extend the left leg long, and hug the right knee into the chest. You'll take a breath in the nose, and then as you exhale, just guide the knee across the body, coming into universal twist. Right knee towards the earth, right arm to the upper right corner, gaze to the right. And again, we're here just to see, to observe, to evaluate. How is my body this morning? Where are my tight places? Come on back through the center, place the right sole of the foot to the ground, cross the left ankle over the thigh, and interlace the left hand through. And again, you decide if it's the front of the shin or the back of the right hamstring, whatever feels more attainable at this moment. Flex your left ankle to keep your knee happy and lengthen out through the back of the neck once again. I really want you to feel that the navel is firming, flattening the back out. Just a few more breaths, really getting into the hip. Noticing which side is tighter, holds more habit. Last breath here. And then let's extend that right leg straight up. Flex the ankle generously. The heel of the foot drives energy straight up towards the ceiling. Firm the belly a little bit more and try to push your shoulder blades down into the mat. And then from there, let's go ahead, release the hands as the right leg lowers, the left knee hugs to the chest. Take a breath in and use the exhale to guide that knee across the body. As the knee nears the earth, the left shoulder comes to the upper left corner of the mat. Turn the gaze if it feels good on the neck and just take a few breaths. Just sitting in the seat of observation. What's tight, what's open, what is excited and giddy about the practice. And really even taking a snapshot of your body right now as we return to these final twists at the end of the practice. It's always so nice to see how far the body's come. Come on back to the center. Hug both the knees into the chest. And then let's rock all the way up. And you'll transition to hands and knees. Just 3 cat-cows for the spine's sake. Spread the fingers out wide. Knees underneath the hips. Take an in-breath as the chest lifts and the sit bones rise. And exhale as you round your spine, push the earth away, and just really try to feel that you're creating space in your back. 2 more like that. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, really finding that youthfulness, that supple energy in the spine. Once more. Inhale as you lift. And exhale, rounding the spine out. We'll come to neutral, tuck the toes, and lift the hips, coming into downward facing dog. When you get to down dog, take a moment. First one always needs a little bit more attention. Just figuring out how can I turn on all these major muscles, what movements or inspired stillness needs to take place in order for me to really feel like I'm accepting the practice and accepting my body. And then let's go ahead and pause in a place of stillness. Let's allow the right leg to reach up into the air, open the hips. So stack the hips, then bend the knee. And just take an extra breath or two here, feeling the space in the front of your right hip, the heaviness in your left heel, and the buoyancy in your left shoulder. And then simply placing the right foot back down to down dog and switching. Left leg reaches up, we open at the top, we bend the knee. Breathing into the space in the front of your left hip, heaviness in your right heel, and the buoyancy in your right shoulder. Place the foot back down to the ground. Let's crawl our hands to the back of the mat. And when you get there, just take a forward fold. You can either grab opposite elbows or just place your hands or your fingers to the earth. I like to grab my ankles personally. And then maybe just shake your head yes and no a couple of times, really loosening the neck and the upper portion of your back. Linking our bodies and our breath together, come to stillness. Take an inhale, bring your hands to your shins and draw your heart forward so the back is super long. And then exhale, a nice rich fold for the hamstring sake. Twice more, inhale, chest draws forward. Exhale, long, deep fold. And one more just like it. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to fold. Let's do a reverse swan. Arms are out and up as we rise all the way up to standing. And then the hands anchor at the center of your heart. Good. Let's bring the hands behind us, interlacing, and widen your feet just a little bit more than a hip's distance apart. Feel the knuckles pulling down, the belly pulling in, the tailbone long as you just tilt your chin up towards the sky. Take a moment to really enjoy the chest opening of this. And then from there, put a little bend through your knees and begin to fold the weight forward, back into that forward fold, knuckles reaching to the sky. I personally like to remain for a few moments with a little bend in my knees and a little bend in my elbows. After a moment or two, then sure, you can straighten the legs, you can straighten the arms, you can think about letting the crown of the head pour out. And then let's release the hands down. We'll take a little Uttanasana twist from here. So your right knee bends, your right hand stays down, and then the left arm is going to reach straight up to the sky. Your eyes is, or your gaze is wherever feels best for your neck. I like to just imagine that the head is leaning back. And then just switch. The left knee bends, fingers down, right leg straight, and right arm rises. Lean that head back. And then go ahead and place the hand down to the ground. Let's crawl back out into our downward facing dog. Take a nice big breath in through your nose. And open the mouth, let it out. Take an in-breath as we glide forward into plank pose, and we'll pause right here. So take the time to really set yourself up where you're not sinking through the hips, you're not lifted too high through the butt, but you feel that you're personally strong from your heels all the way to the crown of the head. There's a firming of the belly, there's a lifting and a reaching of the heart space forward. Take an extra breath, getting into the belly. And then with or without the help of your knees, let's lower all the way down to the earth. Flatten through the tops of the feet. Inhale, just a nice light cobra. Exhale, drag the heart down. Let's find a medium cobra, lifting an inch or two higher. Exhale, drag the heart down. One more time, inhale, more of a high cobra. Exhale, drag the heart down. And then let's just press back into child's pose briefly, sending your bottom down towards your heels, stretching the hands forward, and melting the forehead heavy. And at this time, just really connecting to the breath, connecting to your knowledge and your wisdom and knowing how important this breath is. Without our breath and that true, authentic Ujjayi breathing, this is nothing more than a series of movements. It's the commitment to the breath and how that feeds our bodies and circulates our blood, our energy, our circulation. It's so important. It's where all the benefits of this practice flood in. All right, and let's go ahead and come back up. We'll tuck the toes and return to downward facing dog. From here, let's take an in-breath and let the right leg reach up to the sky, and an out-breath as you round your knee into the nose. Inhale, let the leg rise to the sky, and send the right foot forward to find the hands. We'll lower down through the back knee, flatten the foot, and let your arms reach up for a low crescent moon. So root through your right foot, the top of your back foot. Get as long as you can through the sides of the waist. Pull the belly in. And let's see about letting our eyes reach up to the sky as we just start to feel the basics of a mini back bend here. Take an extra breath in, and then bring the hands down to the earth. Lift your back knee, and you're going to take a crawl over to the left, moving into this nice wide leg fold. For a moment, bow in. Let the crown of the head pour heavy. Let the sit bones lift up. Opening the hamstrings. Good. Let's crawl to the back of your mat now. Set your feet up so that they're facing forward. This time a full crescent pose. Firm the belly. Let your arms reach forward and up, coming into full Anjaneyasana. Again, taking a few full breaths here. Bending into the front knee, lifting through the pelvic floor and the belly, finding buoyancy in the back heel, and lots of length through the sides of your waist. Try to feel some grace as the shoulders move away from the ears, and take an extra full breath. Good. Bring the hands down to the earth. Let's go ahead and step back into plank pose. Take a breath in the nose and exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, or maybe upward facing dog. And exhale, head back into downward facing dog. Same right leg. Inhale, let it rise to the sky. Exhale, round knee to nose. We're going to add two more here. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale again, knee to nose. One more. Inhale, leg rises. And knee to nose. Let's step the right foot forward. Find the hands. Lower down the back knee. Flatten through the foot. Lift both of the hands forward and up. Returning to a low crescent moon. This time, let's bring the hands down through the center of the heart. And we'll take a twist. Bring the elbow to the outer edge of your right thigh. Push the hands towards the center of the heart and take a look over your right shoulder. Knowing that the body feels a little unstable here, just work to suction the inner thighs closer towards each other. One more breath. And then place the hands down to the ground. We'll add a hamstring stretch, straighten the leg, point the toes up, and near your nose down. Good. Rebend the knee. As you lift the back knee, take a crawl now. You're in a nice wide fold once again. Point the toes forward, melt the heart in. And then let's crawl to the top of the mat, coming into that low runner's lunge with the toes forward, and then get nice, strong, heavy feet as you return back up to crescent pose. Reach through the fingertips, set yourself up with nice, strong alignment through the legs. And let's bring the hands back behind us, interlace, just as we've previously done. Pull the knuckles low. We're just simply enjoying the heart opening of it. Let your chest open, let your chin rise. Bend your front knee a little deeper as you firm the belly. Release the hands, bring them down to the earth, and I'll have you just step to the top of the mat and fold. Inhale as you lengthen halfway. Exhale, a nice deep fold. Bend your knees, keep the feet hips distance, chair pose, Utkatasana. Take a nice deep seat. Connect to all four corners of your feet, and then push down through them as you rise to stand, and the hands draw down to the center of your heart. Take a full breath in. Ground yourself, full breath out. Inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands to shins. Look forward, long spine. Exhale, plant the palms. Step back to plank pose. Let's lower through chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog follows. And downward facing dog. Let's take 3 full breaths. Settling in. Feeling your strength, lifting the sit bones. Last breath. Inhale, the left leg rises. One time round, knee to nose. Inhale, foot to the sky, and step the foot forward, find the hands. Lower down that back knee, flatten the foot, both arms rise, a low crescent moon. Take a few full breaths. Bend generously into your front knee so that you can feel that extension moving down your front right thigh. Great, hands come down, lift the knee, take that crawl to the side, right side, fold in. Just really asking the hamstrings to open with each experience here. They come alive. Let's crawl to the back of the mat, that low runner's lunge. Find your footing, firm the legs, and let your arms reach forward and up into crescent. Settle in. Nothing fancy, just really enjoying the simplicity of crescent pose with a nice deep bend, a strong side body. It's like you're trying to build the suspension system in the sides of your waist. Take an extra breath, and then let your hands come to the earth. Let's step back to plank pose, move through Vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Same left leg, inhale, let it rise. 3 times round, knee to nose. Use the whole length of your out breath. Inhale, heel rises. Exhale, knee to nose. One more, inhale. And exhale. And step the foot forward to find the hands. Lower down the knee, flatten the foot, arms up, crescent moon. Hands coming to the center of your heart. Inhale, get out of the low back, grow really tall, and then twist to the left, elbow coming to the outer edge of your thigh. Push the hands far more to the center of your heart as you take your gaze over your left shoulder. And the balance is thrown here for sure, so we have to ask the inner thighs to participate. Just imagine we're rinsing out all that murky water in the gut. All right, hands come down, lift the knee, take our crawl to the side and fold in. Returning home to the top of the mat, low runner's lunge, firming the legs, root through the feet and rise, returning to crescent pose. Hands come behind you. If you can remember to put the other thumb on top, do so. Pull the knuckles low, bend your front knee deeper, firm the belly, and let your chest open. Let's release the hands, bring them to the earth. Again, just step to the top of the mat and fold. Inhale, hands to your shins, look forward. Exhale, fold deep. Feet hips distance, bend the knees, chair pose, nice and deep through your legs. And find heavy feet and use that to push up to stand, and hands anchor at the center of the heart. Pause into Tadasana, palms forward, eyes closed, and just take a moment to connect. Notice how much clearer the breath sounds, how much clearer the mind feels. From here, I'm going to have you ease the eyes open and step your feet all the way together. So it's definitely humbling moving into boat pose from here. So we do our best. We're playful. So with the legs together, pull the navel in, bend the knees, come into chair pose first. And then from here, you just allow yourself to sit down, 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 down until your butt comes to the earth, and then your hands come behind your knees and you lift into Navasana boat pose. So we're gonna set the trunk of the body up first. So really feel like you're puffing the heart forward and that's flattening your back out. And then firm the belly, like really tight, pull the belly to the spine. I like to spread my toes, just bringing the action into the legs as well. And then right arm rises and then left arm rises. Palms turn to face up to encourage that heart energy and feel like you're hugging your thighs to the midline. Deepen the breath. Strong and stable, full of strength and vigor. One more breath. And then hug the knees, roll to the back, and we're gonna rock and roll our bodies 3 times. 1, 2, and on this third one, gain momentum, plant down your feet, and fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to your shins as you look forward. And let's plant the palms as we step back through plank pose. If Vinyasa calls you, take it. If it doesn't, skip it. And I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Let's take 3 full breaths. However you need them. Perhaps a few even escaping the mouth. All right, friends, let's step the feet together at the back of the mat. The right leg will reach up into the air. We open the hip at the top, bend the knee. Feel those same 3 energies that we started with. Stretch in the front of your hip, heaviness through the left heel, and buoyancy through the left shoulder. Take a breath in, and then guide that right foot forward to find the hands. Plant down through the sole of the back foot, front heel and back inner arch line themselves up, and then cartwheel open into warrior 2. So find that generous bend in the knee. Knee and ankle have good alignment. Front heel to back inner arch have good alignment. The arms are open and the shoulders are relaxed down away from the ears. Let's reverse the warrior. Inhale, reaching back. And then exhale, forearm to the thigh as you extend forward. Just 2 more like this, allowing the dance to just simply solidify the balance and the depth of your legs. The leg structure doesn't change at all. It's just the side of the body that's flowing. Now the next time the forearm touches the thigh, I want you to pause. We're going to bring that top arm all the way back behind us and try to snuggle it into that right hip crease as best as you can. Notice that the right shoulder dips in, pull it back. Imagine that you're cinching your shoulder tips together, then you're leaning the back of the head back against a wall and letting your eyes look up towards the sky. How heavy can the left sole of your foot become as you experience 2 more authentic Ujjayi breaths? Release, come back to warrior 2. Let's go ahead and straighten the front leg. Pull the hip crease back significantly. If you have a block handy, you may want to use it for triangle pose underneath the fingers as you reach the top arm up. Once again, feel that you're consciously pulling those shoulder tips together. Eyes can reach up towards that top thumb. And then bring the hand down onto the hip. Take the eyes down to the earth. With or without the block, the right hand moves forward about a foot and an inch or 2 over to the right as you lunge off the back leg, moving into half moon pose. So noticing that the right foot always tries to turn itself to the left. Keep your toes facing forward. Drive all 4 corners of the foot down and press back through that left foot. Remember that hamstring stretch we did in the very beginning? I want you to feel that same authority through the heel of your foot. One more breath. And then bend the standing leg very lightly. Step back into warrior two. Let's reach the arms up, and I'll have you hook your thumbs together and just imagine that you're having a little tug of war. You're pulling your arms apart to feel this release in the inner shoulders. And then same thing as the hands come back behind you. If you can remember to switch the hooking of the thumbs and have that same tug of war behind you. Just try to pull the hands apart. Let's release, reach back once more to reverse your warrior, and cartwheel the hands to the ground. We'll pause there. Come to the ball of the back foot. Let's heel toe the right foot all the way to the edge of your mat. Walk the hands to the inside, and we're gonna lower the back knee down. Slide it back generously, and we're gonna bend the knee. Leave the left palm down, and think about the right hand coming back to reach towards the foot or to the foot. And then pull the heel in and gaze over your right shoulder. Pull the left shoulder back and firm your belly. This is a part of the hip thigh that is oftentimes just missed. And it's very tight and very needing of this type of length. Good. Let's release the foot. Heel toe the foot back into the center of your mat. Lift the back knee, walk your hands forward, lunge off the back leg coming into standing splits. So push back, take a breath in the nose, and exhale, knee to nose, coil in. Inhale, leg extends back. Two more, exhale, knee to nose. One more, inhale back. Exhale, knee to nose. And place the foot down. Step your feet all the way together. Bend the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. One more breath. And we're gonna practice again. We go down, we go down, we go down, we go down. So your butt touches the earth. Your hands come first to support the backs of the legs so that you can lift and turn this into a heart opening, not just core. Let the shoulders slide down the back. Let the heart be radiant as it reaches forward. The navel is nice and firm. As you're ready, right arm lifts, left arm lifts. We find full Navasana boat pose. You can stay right here or practice 3 Ardha Navasana. So take an inhale. As you exhale, you lower halfway. Pull yourself back up. 2 more. Exhale halfway. Pull yourself back up. You've got it. 1 more. Halfway. Pull back up. Hug the knees. Rock and roll 3 times. 2. Third one. Gain that momentum. Plant down the feet and rock forward to fold. Let's either grab our ankles, grab opposite elbows, hands releasing to the earth. You do you. Just let your back get long. Settle the breath. Let's lengthen hands to the shins as you look forward. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank pose. As I always say, if it calls you, enjoy Vinyasa. If your body is being wise and telling you that you're better off to skip it, then listen. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. 3 full breaths. No haste, no hurry, just enjoying your stillness. All right, let's step the feet together. Let the left leg reach up into the air. Open the hip at the top. Take a full breath in, and then guide that foot forward to find the hands. Actually, I'm gonna mirror you this way. So when you get there, heel to inner arch alignment, cartwheel, open the arms, and rise into that warrior two. So upon arrival, bend, 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 bend. Feel the knee and ankle align. Feel the heel and inner arch align. As the arms reach up, we find that grace in the shoulders. Firm your belly. Inhale as you reach back to reverse. Exhale, very light, forearm to thigh and extend. Inhale, reach back, reverse. Try to not allow the hips to come with the dance. Bottom is stable. The upper body is free. The next time forearm comes to the thigh, let's pause here and work to pull that left or right shoulder back, and then bring the hand back behind you, snuggle into the hip crease, and just feel like you're cinching the shoulder tips together as you lean the head back. Let the eyes look slightly up, firm the belly even more, stamp the right foot down, and listen to 2 full deep breaths. Let's free the arm. Push through the feet to rise to warrior 2 and straighten your front leg. I feel a little long. If you do too, I would shorten the stance. As you pull your hip crease back, you inch forward, coming into triangle pose. As mentioned earlier, if you have the block, you may want to place it to the outer shin. Just feel your shoulders pull back. Your eyes can find that top thumbnail. And then the hand comes onto the hip, the eyes come down to the earth, and we move to half moon. So with or without the block, the hand is forward a foot, an inch or 2 over to the left, and then we lunge off that back leg. So the main goal while you're here is how strong and straight can both of my legs become. And you really have to do the work to press through the big toe mound of your standing leg. Push through the big toe mound of your lifted leg. Firm the belly, and maybe the hand comes off of the hip. You've got it. Let the breath really bring you into the pose. Last one. As light as you can. A strong bend in the standing leg. A long, graceful step through warrior 2. Let your arms reach up. Hook the thumbs. Bend the knee and feel that you're pulling the thumbs away from each other. Firm the belly and lengthen through your waist. This is a great low back exercise. And then the hands come behind you. Be mindful to put the other thumb on top as you do the same action of pulling the arms away. Firm the belly, sink an inch deeper through your front thigh. Open up to warrior 2, reach back to reverse it, and cartwheel hands to the ground. Come to the ball of the back foot, heel toe that left foot all the way to the edge of the mat and lower the knee down behind you generously. Bend the knee, right palm stays down, left hand comes behind. You're gonna grab the foot if possible and lean the head back. You really wanna feel like you're more on the thigh of the right side than the knee itself. Last breath. Gently release the foot. Heel and toe the leg back through the center. You're gonna lift the back knee, walk the hands forward and lunge off of it, moving into our standing splits. Take an inhale, leg pulls back. Exhale, round, knee coils into nose. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, coil in. 1 more, lengthen. Coil in. And place the foot down. Feet all the way together. Bend the knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. This time just push to stand and bring the hands down to the center of your heart. Let's pause in Tadasana, eyes closed, palms forward, just arrive. Gratitude of the warmth and energy of your body. Breath like a symphony of health moving into all of the cells in your body. Last full breath. Perfect. Let's ease the eyes open. From the top of the mat, I'll have you take your feet wider than your hips. And then we're going to turn the toes out and turn the heels in. Take an in-breath as your arms reach all the way up. And exhale, knees wide as you lower down through a Malasana squat. So the knees are truly working to push, your elbows are working to push the knees open as the hands anchor right in front of the heart. Let's close the eyes and we'll just take a few breaths here. Just opening through the hips, the pelvis, the low back. One more. And then I'm going to give you two choices. The first choice is just to fold forward. It can feel so nice in the extension for your low back. And the second is for those of you maybe seeking a little bit more fire from the practice, you'll heel toe the feet together and move into Bakasana crow pose. So pressing down through the palms, bringing the knees towards the upper triceps. You've got to trust yourself to shift the weight forward and keep the eyes somewhat high. And then experiment with one set of toes lifting off the earth at a time. After you've had a breath or two, a moment of play, let's all plant the palms and you can step back into plank pose. This is the last vinyasa. Take it or leave it. Downward facing dog. Let's together take a nice full breath in your nose. Open the mouth, sigh out. Lower the knees to the earth. We're going to take half dog with gait. So I'll go this way first. So your left foot is going to come off of your mat all the way out to the side, and your right arm is going to thread underneath it. Your cheek and your temple are resting onto the mat. And just to open the shoulder a little bit more today, I want you to take your left hand and interlace your fingers with the right. Notice that your right arm is straight, but your left arm is not. And so the purpose here is to pull your left hand so far away from you that it tries to straighten that top arm, and you feel a lot of lovely pull and extension behind the heart. Keep the belly firm if your low back is talking to you here. One more breath will do it. And then place that left hand by the face. Push into the earth as you rise. Bring the knee down to the ground and just switch. Right to the side. Left arm threads underneath. Cheek and temple to the ground. When you get there, make sure again that you're leaning the back of the head back to support you. And then interlace the fingers. The goal being to straighten your right arm. So pull the left fingers away from you. Notice any difference in consistencies and sensation from side to side. One more breath. Right palm by the face, push to the earth, rise on up, and bring the knee down to the ground. Let's go ahead and sit back into child's pose, widening the knees and stretching the hands forward. All right, let's go ahead and drag the hands back in, zip the knees together, sit off to the side, and sweep the feet out in front of you. So walk your bum up a little bit more to the middle of the mat. Your feet are going to be hips distance. Both for the abdomen and for the back, we'll do a few, yogi roll-ups and roll downs. So you really need heavy feet. Your hands are going to be out in front of you like you're holding a block. If you had a block, you could surely hold the block in front of you in between your hands. We'll take an inhale and reach our arms up so you feel a lot of extension through the back. And then an exhale as you round your spine and you roll down. When the back is flat and the head is down, inhale the hands back behind you. And then exhale, heavy feet, friends, round your spine. Reach straight forward first, and then inhale, arms reaching up. Exhale, round and roll down. Thinking about spinal articulation. Inhale, hands back behind you, and exhale, reaching all the way forward as you come back up. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, round and roll. Inhale, hands behind you. Exhale, heavy feet, round and roll back up, reaching straight forward. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, round and roll. Maybe even closing your eyes and allowing this to feel as though you're moving into meditation. This moment of really connecting to breath, to strength, to feel this part of yourself that is fluid, capability of just going with the flow, regardless of the challenge or the circumstances that it may present. You have 3 more, friends. You've got this. Keep going. And then the next time when you finish, I'll have you come down to the back and you'll just pause there. If you have a block, move it to the sides. You'll walk your feet in a little closer towards your bottom. In fact, reach your hands down and just feel that as you lengthen on each side, you can just barely touch those heels. Mindful not to have your feet or your knees too wide. Your back is happiest when your feet, your knees are in line with your hips. Palms reaching down to the ground, lift the hip points up into bridge pose. And then you can interlace the fingers if you like beneath the back, just continuing with that nice heart opening. The main objectives here is heaviness through all 4 corners of your feet and allowing that to strengthen your thighs. And as the thighs get stronger, your gluteal muscles, your butt muscles soften a little bit. As that happens, your belly has to work a little harder. You're pulling the knuckles long, you're broadening across your chest, and you're lengthening the neck away from the low back. Even open the mouth to feel that you're eliminating tension through the jaw, and take a final full breath. Release the hands, slowly lower yourself all the way back down. When you get there, just pause, widen your feet out a little bit more than hips distance, knock the knees together, and just as we began, let your hands rest on your belly. Just breathe. Feel that beat in your heart. All right, let's bring our feet back to hips distance. We're going to repeat just as we began. So thread the eye of the needle, right ankle over the thigh, pick the foot up, thread the right hand through. You decide, maybe the front of your left shin feels far more attainable at this point. Come back to those same elements of a flat back, heavy shoulders, and just notice how different the hip feels now at the end of the practice in comparison to the beginning of the practice. I love feeling the proof of my practice and the benefits that it brings the body. 2 more breaths. We're going to do one more little core exercise here. So I will also say, if you're happy, be here, be happy, stay as you are. If you wish to join me, your left arm is now also going to thread through the leg. Then I'm going to have you pick your shoulders and chest up so that you can bend your elbows, hooking around that right shin, and then extend the left leg out long so that it hovers off the mat about, 2 to 3 feet. If you can, even connecting the thumbs to the third eye space, flexing the leg, firming the belly even more, and taking about 3 breaths in this supine pigeon pose, adding the layer of a nice firm core. One more breath will do it. And then let's let the left leg straighten. Hug the right knee in, let the head down. Take a breath in the nose and then returning to that universal twist. So the knee comes across the body to the earth, right arm to the upper right corner, gaze to the right. And once again, we fall into evaluation. How is your body now? From the first universal twist to the end. I always hear these whispers of thanksgiving from my body at this point. Let's come back to the center. Place the right foot down, left ankle crosses over. Flex the ankle to protect the knee, thread the left hand through, and grab the front or the back of your right leg. Let your neck be long, let your face and jaw be soft. Notice the difference. Just enjoying the solitude, the breath, the practice. One more breath as we are. And then either staying just as you are or joining me for that supine pigeon. Right arm also comes through. The back lifts. We hook the shin. We extend and hover the right leg, and the thumbs attempt to make it to the third eye space. I always need the reminder of really engaging the belly, pressing the back and the belly towards each other, and then just deepening the breath. One more full exchange in and out. Let the right leg lay long. Hug the left knee into the chest, lower the head. Take a breath in and exhale the knee across the body. Left arm, upper left corner, gaze to the left. Using your breath to deepen the experience. Almost like there's a bit of buoyancy in the chest on the inhale. And there's permission to deepen on the depth of the exhale. All right, come back to the center. Hug both of the knees into the chest and give yourself a squeeze. If you wish, happy baby pose, grabbing the outer edges of the feet, allowing the thighs to be heavy, the tailbone to be heavy, shoulders, belly. And releasing, final hug. Take a deep breath in your nose. Out the mouth, exhale. And then lay your legs out long. Turn your palms to face up. Lengthen the shoulders down away from your ears. And take a few moments as you settle into the beauty of Shavasana. And as you close your eyes, I encourage you to just feel the stability of the earth underneath you. This magnetic draw, this pulling of your body down, down, down. Allow the breath to stay both connected, but to soften. And to feel in the moment that you're breathing in everything that you need. And you're exhaling all that does not serve you. In this way, we're truly cleansing ourselves. Finding this exchange, this balancing of the light and the dark. Breathing in that which you desire. And breathing out that which does not serve you. In this moment, my friends, allow yourself to just start breathing in some nice full breaths. Breaths that feel as though they are feeding your whole body with the nourishment and the joy that your practice has brought. You can begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And as you stretch your arms back behind you and you point your toes, take a nice big breath in the nose and out the mouth, sigh the breath out. Roll over to either side, just resting in the fetal position. A symbolic gesture to wipe the slate clean, begin this day anew. And then with the eyes remaining closed, let's all make our way up into a seated posture. The palms come together at the center of the heart. We always pause long enough at the end of the practice to just truly recognize ourselves on this day. Here I am, right here, right now. And just allowing that attitude of gratitude to really settle in. Grateful for the many blessings that we have. And we end the practice with the word namaste, meaning essentially the light in me sees, greets, and honors the light in each and every one of you. Thank you for practicing with me today. Peace and blessings. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you feel wonderful. And I hope to see you again next time. Have a great day, everyone.